I was, man. And I was up there, oh God, oh God. And there's like 200 or 300 college students at this funeral. And they're preaching this. And I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh God, oh God. And I'm up here in the midst of it. And when they started singing, I run straight down there and started shaking hands. I don't believe that. That's not me. I don't believe that, love you. I don't believe nothing he said, love you. Don't you either, love you. No, but that's the only question I wanted to ask him was if it don't matter, why preach it? You know, why we preach to convince, so why do you got to preach it if it don't matter? That's the only question I want to ask you.
He told Mom, said, well, we're all God's children. You know. I mean, right there.
I think no matter what they say, they'll see. Even from the time when you're a kid, if you do something, I mean, I've had kids in my house all my life. And even if they do something little, even if you ain't called, they know that they'll start trying to hide, or shun away, or get rid of whatever they've done. They know from little. They know. So
the Bible says we know. The Bible says we know. Because, I mean, that's, you know, I was telling Julian, like that question I asked him the other day, what about the Gentiles before Jesus died? How will they be judged? Well, the Bible, you know, says they know right from wrong. That's what they'll stand a fair judgment based on right from wrong. Just as much as God will be fair. His judgment will be fair. It's fair. I guarantee you it's fair. It's fairer than I could ever do. Yeah. What does it matter? What do you got to preach if it don't matter? That's what I wanted to ask that guy. I really did. I really wanted to ask him if we preach to convince. So if it don't matter, why do you got to preach it? Won't you just sit down and to be quiet then if it don't matter? Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the other question I want to ask him. What do you do with the rest of the Bible? I mean, you got to throw like 95% of it away.
If someone told me that they didn't believe there was hell, I'll say, so you're going to spend heaven for Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
What kind of heaven would that even be?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was sitting there in his...
I mean, yeah. If you
Well, advancing.
Well, I guess the question you need to ask then, where's the devil and the angels and his angels going if there is no hell? Because the Bible clearly says that was the reason hell was created for, was originally for the devil and his angels. So if there is no hell, then where's the devil and his angels going to go if there is no hell? Is what I guess I'd ask them. Sure, I know that's what they think. But if people think there is no hell, is what I'm saying, then I'd ask them, then where's Satan and his angels going? Because, you know, the Bible says that's really what hell was created for. It was never created for man. Never. Sure, that's what we talked about, the bottomless pit. Now that's another thing. Can you think bottomless? That means you're going to fall forever. I guess it's a circle probably, because you know, you look at the sun or the inner core of the earth, it's a circle, it's continuously moving. So I figure that's what bottomless is, but which God can create whatever he wants to. It may be a straight fall forever. He can do whatever. He's the man. But it's bottomless. But can you imagine, you know, you think of jumping out at one of them drop zone things, how it gets to your stomach. Can you imagine falling forever while you're tormenting? Sure. Sure. Yeah, a lake of fire. Lake of fire. Lake of fire.
You might be just like falling, like you would in a lake or something, you know what I'm saying, like water. I mean, you just be like in it all the time.
Man's thoughts is it's the inner core of earth, because the inner core of earth is constantly turning. So that means you'll always be falling, you'll always be moving. That's man's thoughts, but you know, our thoughts is nowhere near his. So they may be a continuous falling lake that has no bottom to it. And very well, God can do whatever He wants to do. But we get it, you know. And I won't even go on any more of that other than that final judgment. I do want to cover a few, Geneva. It's Revelations 20, verse 11 and 15. This is the question you ask, and here's your answer. And I saw a great white throne and Him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and heaven fled away. And there was found no place for them, so it's full. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. And the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of the things that were written in the books, according to the works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever that was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. There's your answer. Everybody's going to come out of hell. Everybody that's in there is going to come out and be formally sentenced. And then angels will grab them and cast them into the lake of fire forever. They'll be they're going to be some. There's some in there right now that don't know why. Don't know why. They attended church every Sunday. What am I doing here? And they're going to be the ones, it's like we said right there, that's going to say, but Lord, I raised the dead. What am I doing here in hell? Well, why am I in hell? He'll tell them why. The truth will come out.
Being incarcerated or waiting trial.
Waiting trial. They're waiting to formally be sentenced, and that's the formal sentence right there. That's the only relief they're going to get now. Those that's been dead or died and is in hell now, that's the only relief they're going to get is when they're standing, and like he said, as far as the eye could see. And so everybody ever lived and ever will live that did not make it is there at that white throne, standing there to be formally sentenced.
You know, I'm in church all my life, just about. I mean, you know, 60s few years later. I so did my hopes. But anyway, when I don't know how old I was, but I stayed with my sister in Bristol at the church up there on Sunday morning. And they talked, I mean, in their Sunday school lesson in the class, they said it's going to be like in the jail. You know, saying waiting like before that, I said, man, this month's done lost. You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, after I see now, you know, that it's going to be something. I mean, probably not the jail, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be the final.
Yeah. And ain't nobody going to get away. I mean, you can't hide. There ain't no hiding. God knows everybody. The ones that died in 1684 back in some mountain by themselves that nobody knowed, God knowed them. There ain't nobody getting away from it. Ain't nobody. Those that died in the sea, that's in the bottom of the ocean and Titanic and all that, they're coming back. They're coming back. Everybody's coming back. Now those that was right, they'll rise when rapture comes. They're coming up. Those that didn't, they're coming up when the white throne judgment comes. But those that died right, that's in the sea, when Jesus comes in the sky, they're coming up. They'll come up. But now those that didn't, they're not coming up until this white throne, after the rapture's over, after the 7 years, 1,000-year millennium, etc., blah, blah, blah. Then they're coming for the white throne judgment. There's your answer, Geneva. Anyone else before we go a little further? And then, of course, as we said, few will find the way. That's why I'm telling you, about that funeral. I just want to throw this in, Matthew 7:13 through 14. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is